This is recording. Just put Mark Zuckerberg sticker there.
In the usual spot.
In the usual spot.
Come up for a minute, folks, and go and grab the popcorn. This will be a while, so.
Put it into my pockets.
Yeah. Oh, it's all clear. Oh, that's the fast.
I must give it back to him.
Sit on the black mat.
Do you have tissues ready there, lads? Are you all prepared?
Any magic tricks, Geoff? All right.
I'll disappear soon.
I'll have to take out your bullet, Geoff.
Yeah. Where's my bullet?
I know, I was waiting for this.
I'm shell shocked. It's going to be embarrassing.
Okay, folks, we're going to kick off. So, you all know why we're here today, to celebrate the man, the legend. It's more than a farewell, it's more than a retirement, it's a huge thank you and a huge celebration as well. So, we're going to kick off. Claire's going to do a lovely limerick. It's a lovely tradition that we have. So, over to you, Claire.
I need to try and get through this. I'm glad I'm first, to be honest. Okay, right, so this is for you, Geoff. Right. So when Geoff joined SSE many years ago, he brought knowledge, experience and lots of get-go. His energy, passion, drive and insight demonstrated to all his experience and might. On Blue Monday each year, our day he would make by waking up early to make many a blue pancake. The year of Halloween o' Jalapeno was one we won't forget. The efforts, the planning, the high standard he set. Geoff is a family man, a friend and a caring colleague. He is passionate, fun-loving, and we're all out of his league. A valued and respected member of our team, this is true. His background is varied, his wonderful stories are too. And now as Geoff retires, it is hard to express how much we will miss him, how our team will feel less. Because Geoff and Diane are the true wonder team, we look forward to their stories of fulfilling their dreams.
Thanks a million, Claire. Geoff, we have a special card that everybody's seen to show our appreciation.
Thank you.
We also have a card from the team in the UK.
Wow.
And those flowers from the
Flowers from Nick. We also have a very
Thank you, Claire.
a special gift as well.
Special gift.
Where's the
I'll wait to cry.
Where's Geoff? Or let me know if
Can you
want
put it
to-
on the screen? I had prepared something and I'll be quite emotional otherwise.
Do you want me to go straight into it, Geoff?
Go straight into it, yeah.
You guys okay?
Today, I really appreciate it.
Sorry, just go back a bit.
Hello everyone. Thank you for coming here today. I really appreciate it. A great place to work occasions are normally celebratory and happy ones, which are really very special here at SSE. Today's occasion for me, however, is one of being both sad, emotionally, and glad. Sad in that I'm leaving SSE IT and our sister business areas with such fond memories of collaboration, fun and enjoyment, of getting up each morning and being keen and really enthusiastic to come to work because of the environment that exists here, which I want to thank you all. However, I'm also glad in that I have had the opportunity to spend the last 7 years of my working career here at SSE and SSE's IT, and also especially glad, however, in leaving too, and that I'll be able to now spend a lot more time during my retirement with my wife Diane in the years ahead with my family, and especially 6 grandchildren, 5 with 1 on the way in Australia, in Melbourne, and South Africa. I would like to express much gratitude to all of you here today, and I did make a long list and attempt to try and name all of you, but the list has proven to be quite long, as you can imagine, and I decided rather during the week to walk through the building and this morning as well to say thanks to as many of you as individually as possible. So I hope I've managed to speak and say a fond farewell to most of you who may not have been able to make the occasion today. However, I have to single out and mention some names of my past and present colleagues in the time that I've spent here at SSE. In particular to Dave Penny and Marcus O'Dwyer, who interviewed me and allowed me to join the company. I'm very grateful to them, and I thank them. Dave Penny, as we know, is doing smart metering in the UK, and I know Marcus is working at Pathfinder when I last spoke to him in town. To Claire Neenan, a wonderful manager in IT for us, and glad that she's gone forward so far, as we know, who mentored and proved to me as an old dog that I could learn new tricks. To Shauna Lawler, a really special and inspirational colleague, a very special thanks. To Callum McCartney, who has marvellous process skills. To Tony Leddy, my present manager, for his strong support and ever-present wise advice. To Yvette Kidd for his endearing and charming yet challenging manner. I've enjoyed immensely working with her. To Bob McMorrow, I was going to say Bob Marley, but to Bob McMorrow, who's ever-present, succinct, sharp support and config management skills, and he's been an honorary test manager and advisor to the whole team, and including myself, the test team. To Carl Lawless, a great strategic colleague and manager. To Marika Smith, a fellow South African, for her help and good communication skills. To the really professional and great test team that I've been appointed to manage over the years, Kieran McKeown, Raphael Mishnak, Ryan McNamara, Ben Kajula, Barry Flannery, and many other contractors. A hats off and a salute to you all. It's been a great privilege working with all of you, and in particular the test team in the quality space. It's been a marvellous team, and we've managed to accumulate a lot of skills, almost like 35 years of combined experience in testing and knowledge of SSE systems, and a great credit to the company. Also to other fantastic IT colleagues in Brian Bamberdy, Paul Skelton, project managers like Brian Critty, Hugh Neal, and many others have been with us, Arthur Vaz, BAs like Will Doyle, Emmett Wardell, Helen, Yvonne on the ops side, and the production, Morgan, Niall Ma, and the ops team, Trevor, Alan, Sean, Tim, Derek, Roberta, and many others. Plus in the UK, Tom Little, James Gover, who knew at OAT, and a great source of help to us here in Ireland. And I was really privileged to spend a few months there last year, Claire, and helped me get over there to see how they work and do some reports. And I want to thank the team over there for making me so welcome. Lastly, it's hard to say now. I want to say thanks to everyone here today, and I wish you all well, both individually and collectively.
appreciate the kind words. There's so many memories to go through. Just a very short slide pack just to remind us of some of the laughs that you've given us. And you second that.
No pressure.
At least someone annoys me.
That's that, Carol.
I advise you all now to grab popcorn sweets because I guess everyone here really wants to say a few words, Geoff. I put together a collection of some people who really want to say just a few extra words, so this will take a while, folks, but it's for Geoff.
Hi Geoff, the day is finally here. You've been counting down to this day for a year and a half now, I believe, right to the second on your wee app. I want to wish you all the best in your retirement. I hope you enjoy a lot more quality time with your grandkids in South Africa. This means you might get to visit Australia a lot more as well, now that it's slightly near to you. I will look back fondly on the many card tricks you used to show me when we thought nobody was looking, all the jokes you used to tell, including Big Dan, and the many poker nights we had, including that time you beat me in the final with 7-2, the worst time in poker. The food nights and the cookery demonstrations, you know, the list goes on. So you once told me, Brian, you'll never work with anyone like me again. And that's true, and I think that's true for everybody in the office. You're definitely one of a kind, and it's been a pleasure. It's been my pleasure to work with you, and I want to wish you all the best in your retirement and all future endeavours. Till we meet again. Take care.
Jeffrey, congratulations, you finally escaped. It was a pleasure working with you over the years, and Airtricity is going to be a duller place without you. Enjoy lots of red wine and watch lots of cricket. Take care.
I don't think I've ever actually done one of these. Kieran, feel free to edit that part out if you want to. Yeah, the big good boy, I guess maybe a little easier for me given that, you know, I've left SSE, so I'm kind of weaning myself off you and that I'm not seeing you every day, but there's no doubt how much we're all going to miss you, of course, myself included. An absolute pleasure to I suppose, to know you as a man, as a colleague and as a friend. We had endless banter, all good-natured, of course, be it on a BA level, BA versus test banter, or I suppose over the numerous victory stories. I mean matches we shared together, or I shared over you on the table tennis table. So wishing you all the very best. You'll leave a huge gap in SSE and in the IT team there. You'll definitely be sorely missed, but you know, wishing you all the best. So while I'm here, quick hello to everyone else. I haven't seen them, imagining myself a big ugly mug projected onto the wonky kind of projector wall with the little A4 sticker on the stuff. So hello to everyone, and hope everyone is doing well. Okay, Geoff, take care and good luck. Hope to see you soon. Thanks. Bye.
Geoff, you're the soul of the IT department. I don't know what they're going to do with you actually, mate. Have a great time today. Cheers.
Hey Geoff, well, if you're watching this, then the day we've all been dreaming has finally arrived. You know, we've signed a lot of farewell cards over the years here in IT, but this is by far and away going to be the toughest goodbye of the lot. You've been such an amazing colleague, friend, mentor to us all in the team. You know, this is just not going to be the same without you. I think we've been working together like 7 years now. Got some crazy memories from over those times, you know. Fixing PSO levy at 2 AM in the morning, running around shooting each other with airsoft guns, just to name a few. But I think around the office, obviously we're going to miss your crazy stories, your dad jokes, your poor puns, and I think most of all probably going to miss your analogies, you know. Never before has someone had such an ability to compare every situation to the design of a fighter jet or construction of a Ferrari. Yeah, we're going to miss that. I wanted to share one funny story, I don't know if you remember, was the night I dropped you off at your place after we'd been out, so I can't remember where. We'd had a good few pints on, so we were quite merry. And as you get me out of the car, I said, Geoff, you've got everything? Yeah, I got everything, and off you went. But it turned out you didn't have everything. In fact, you'd left your keys, your wallet, and your phone in the car. This was a little bit of a problem at 1 AM because Diane's a little bit hard of hearing in one ear, and so you couldn't wake her in the intercom. But Geoff being Geoff, you just happened to have a laser pointer in your pocket. And of course, you know, what grown man doesn't carry a laser pointer around? Thanks be God, you're able to shine the lights in through the upstairs bedroom window. Wake up Diane and get later, so crisis averted. But yeah, so I guess just want to say farewell and good luck with the move back to Cape Town. Hope you and I have a fantastic retirement. I mean, God knows you've definitely earned it, or both of you have for that matter. I'm sure you'll be delighted to be back with your kids and your grandkids, and you know, I think your grandkids are very lucky to have you back as well. You're probably the best grandfather any kid could wish for. So yeah, just know obviously you'll be deeply missed here. Talking about you and reminiscing about you for years to come, I'm sure. And I guess just on a closing note, I don't want there to be any bad blood between us, so I've decided to forgive you for making a balls up of my Lance Armstrong joke in the IT news there.
Hi Geoff. It was great working with you. I hope you have a great retirement. Enjoy your time with your grandchildren and your family. All the best.
Hi Geoff, been warm. So just wanted to wish you happy retirement, wherever you end up. Hopefully with some sort of citizenship somewhere. We've obviously got a background with all out here to honour this day. all of us feel we need to say happy retirement. And some cards if you'd like to do some tricks. However, I can't remember any of the tricks at all. Sorry. But it's been fun, both here and in Dublin. So all the best, mate.
Geoff, so the day's finally come. I can't believe it's finally come around. I remember 3 or 4 years ago back at SSE, and you were looking at the dates in the calendar till you were going to retire. Not that you didn't enjoy your time there, but and it's hard to believe it's come around so quickly. It's been a pleasure working with you, Geoff, over the last 7 years. I think you've had, anyone who's interacted with you will say that you've had made quite the impression on them in a positive way, of course. And I'm no different than anyone else. So look, I really appreciate all your help over the years, and it's been a pleasure working with you and knowing you. And now for the next chapter, and I'm sure you're going to have a great time with them when you move back home. Looking forward to spending time with the grandkids, and I'm sure they'll get you sucked into rugby coaching and all sorts of things. But knowing you, Geoff, you won't keep yourself unoccupied for too long. You always have a few projects on the go. So look, best of luck, Geoff. Enjoy your last day and enjoy your night tonight. Okay, take care, bye.
Hey Geoff. I'm reading this out from my phone, just in case you're wondering why I'm looking down. So I just wanted to say the legacy you leave here is you. Let me tell you why. This 3-hour conversation feels like 10 minutes to me. Jokes-wise, you have so many jokes always. I'm going to miss that. Your stories and your vast knowledge, and not just in testing, but in every area. It sounds like integration in the large, almost. Everywhere you go, you leave a great impact on so many people, being so much fun and so very helpful and supportive to everybody. This is a very, very sad day for me. I usually don't even do recordings for people, so just so that you know. And I'm sure for so many others as well. The gap you leave here can never be filled by anyone, just so that you know. Over the few years that I've known you, you have become a great friend, and I can actually say a second dad as well. Integration small, can we call it that? And just wanted to say happy retirement, Geoff. I'm going to miss you a lot.
Geoff, in the middle of a multi-million-pound deal. Geoff, it's been fun, it's been great. Enjoy the retirement. Make heed of the email that I sent you. I'll enjoy every last minute of the future next part of your career.
Hey Geoff, just a quick message to say congrats on your retirement and all the best with everything. You'll be missed. Take care.
Hi Geoff, how are you? It's a moment for you now. I'm so glad you started a new chapter in your life. I'm also very honoured I met you. I spent time working with you. I actually monitor myself every single conversation I had with you about South Africa, about work, about life, about plans for the future, and I really enjoyed every single minute and every single word we said. I'm really happy I met you in my life, in my career as well. That sounds very weird, but that's what it is. And I wish you all the best, and I wish you that you fulfill all your kind of dreams now. You go to the countries I would never dream of, and be happy. Peace out.
Geoff, I've really been dreading this. There's so much I'm going to miss about you, and so many wonderful stories and memories that I'll cherish. You know, playing Word of the Day with our former colleague Will Edwards, when he would throw out a word and you'd think of something crazy from your past work experience and work life that you'd be able to tell us about some of your time on submarines or NASA or whatever it was. Also about when we were celebrating Kieran's return from his stag party and you printed out a picture of a moose instead of a stag, but insisted that was okay because it was still part of the deer family. And also the excitement when Shane was down stealing money from my handbag, and how I used to like to bring out that photo every now and again. And just, I suppose, how you just like to celebrate everybody's good news and stories, and
your warmth and just what you bring to the team and what you brought into our lives. You know, you've been such a big part of some very personal stories. For me, you were at my wedding, yourself and Diane, and gave me such a nice welcome when I came back from having Casey. And you were just one of the most wonderful, warm and kind people. And you better come back and visit us soon, or else you're going to have my whole family over to visit, because we'll really miss you, and thank you for everything.
Really seems like it was only yesterday you showed me the app on your tablet, your countdown clock. At the time, I think it was like 490 something days, which are ages away. It's hard to believe that day is now, today. At the time I was like, whoa, you really can't wait to leave, but in hindsight I knew it was down to just your love of applications, of stats, of figures, gadgets, all that sort of thing. And I mean, if you really want to leave, I know the real reason as well is to be back home with your family, especially your grandkids who you cherish and love so much. Geoff, you've been the most fantastic manager, most fantastic mentor, and most importantly, most fantastic friend to me and probably to us all here. We've worked damn hard together over the past 7 years, and at the same time we've laughed so hard as well, so many times, down to your just such pleasant nature and character. It's a pleasure to your experience and passion for what you do is infectious. I mean, everybody has a story to tell, but something that they've learned from you, test or no test. I think the care that you've shown towards us all as colleagues and friends is just extraordinary, not just to ourselves, but even to our families as well. And I'm sure everyone gathered here today that wishes to show their appreciation to you can agree with that. I'm going to have to use the analogy, Geoff. The Nurse F1 car has turned its final chicane. It's on the home straight. You can see the checkered flag. It's been my pleasure to have been on the past 7 laps with you. But now it's your time to come onto that podium. You deserve to celebrate. We're going to miss you lots. We're going to miss the puns, the Geoff chats. There's just too much to list. Wish you all the best to yourself, Diane, and family. Take care. Keep in touch. Thanks, Geoff.
Hi, Geoff. Greetings from New Zealand. Got word you were retiring. I was asked to share my favourite Geoff story, so naturally my mind went back to the time you visited my granny down in Waterford. You were going into Lismore for a cricket match, I think, and mentioned you should pop in for a cup of tea because she's always fond of a visitor. I probably should have mentioned to her that you were coming as well. Just to prove your credentials. I'm still not sure she knew exactly who you were. She still talks about it to this day and loves doing Elf yourself on your iPad. Here's the photo of the two of you in case you forgot. So, anyway, all the best in the retirement. I know you'll make the best of it, and if you're ever over in Auckland, give us a shout and we'll go for a beer. Cheers, Geoff.
Hi, Geoff. Happy retirement, and a big thank you for everything that you've done for me over the last couple of years. I've really enjoyed working with you. You were a great manager, a great boss, and a great mentor. I learned a lot from you. You always helped and supported me and the whole team. You were always willing to give us a chance with the bigger tasks, and I really appreciate that. The car analogies and the conversations about testing, they'll stay with me forever. You know, driving a Porsche with a Ferrari badge and a Maserati a dashboard, and driving around the racetrack with a puncture in the front left wheel, and they're just true classic chats that we had. I'll never forget them. I even enjoyed all the grilling that you would give me in a go no go meetings where you would ask your complicated questions in front of everybody and kind of test me how I'm going to cope with that. Most of the times I didn't have answers and I was struggling, but I was still enjoying that. On a personal level, I've been always saying that I feel like I have two dads. the real one in Poland, and there's a second one in Ireland, and that was always you. And you always had time to sit down and have a quick chat, which with you was never a quick chat. But you always had time to sit down and listen to what was bothering me. You were always willing to give as much help as you could, give me good advice, and I really felt like you were my second dad here. So that's another thing that I'll remember forever. So happy retirement, and I hope you'll enjoy your time back at home with the grandkids and the family. I'm sure they will really enjoy, and they'll be really happy to have their granddad magician back at home. You're always welcome in Ireland, in Poland, if you want to meet Mrs. Mikniak, and maybe one day we'll also take little Anna and bring her over for a holiday to South Africa, to meet you again and the whole family. I will miss you. The whole IT team will miss you, and best of luck. And I really hope we'll stay in touch. Bye bye.
Geoff, thank you for all your guidance, support, training, mentoring, tips, tricks, knowledge transfer, and sharing some wonderful jokes. I've learned a lot from you, Geoff, and I have great memories to keep with. You are one of the best persons I've come across in my life. You look after everyone around you, whether you know them for weeks or years. I miss you, Geoff. I wish you and Diane happy retirement, and have a wonderful post-retirement time with your family and grandkids.
Geoff, Tom here. Just wanted to wish you all the best in your retirement. It was a pleasure having you with us whilst you were here for that brief period. Good luck wherever you end up. I'm sure they'll be very pleased to have you.
Grandpa, because he's naughty and crazy. I'm going to enjoy this time with him, playing with autographs, and swimming and dancing. Watching soccer and celebrating when cousins all the time. Everyone likes Grandpa because he's not a snowflake. Where's Grandpa? Where's Grandpa? Island, you're funny about something. You're funny about my magic. Thank you, but what can Grandpa Island do now that he's not going to work? You can, because you're not going to work anymore, you can come to our house.
Okay, where must Granny Island go?
She must go to his work. Yeah, get some rest at his work.
And what can you play with you boys?
He can play with us on the trampoline.
Who's the silliest person you know?
Grandpa Island.
So, Ollie, what do you think?
I think Grandpa Island, because he's funny about magic.
So, say, bye, Grandpa Island.
Bye, Grandpa Island.
Have a good retirement.
Have a good retirement, and come here someday and have a good day today. Goodbye.
I don't think nothing else needs to be said, Geoff.
Just say thank you to everybody. Really, it's very touching, all of you being here today, and I'll miss you all.
Blackburn this evening. Hope to see you there. Talking to the streets. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Geoff.
I won't be the better of that for a week.
We'll see you this evening anyway. I'll see you this evening. I'm gonna miss you. I miss all your stories.
We are one in a
Mine?